Pros at the Co. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to handle a piece safely. And this pot is going to be our example piece. So the first thing is you want to have dry, clean hands. So I just went and washed my hands and with soap, and so they're nice and dry and clean. And the reason why we're doing that is because your hands have oils and compounds on them that can harm a piece or cause discoloration over time. Some places use gloves to prevent that transfer. Washing your hands also works, and as part of our kind of philosophy here at the Co, we believe that interacting with pieces is also an important part of why we have the pieces, which is why we're choosing to use just clean washed hands and not gloves. And in addition, using gloves for pottery like this can make your hands have a less good ability to feel things, which can make it easier to drop something, which is why some places, even if they have a glove policy for most items, won't have a glove policy specifically for pottery, because it's, in a lot of cases, safer to pick them up with just clean, dry hands. So another thing that's really important to be conscious of before handling objects is making sure that you're not wearing anything that could harm the object. So if you have anything like a lanyard, you'd want to take it off because it could swing into the object and hit it. So before I handle this, I'm going to take this off and set it down. And then also any rings or like bracelets or any other kind of jewelry that might be loose and be able to come into contact with the piece is good to take off. I don't wear any jewelry to work because I work with objects all the time, and it wouldn't make sense to wear something I have to take off right away. And then I like to kind of, if I have any loose dangly sleeves, get them up out of the way as well, so they're not going to get in my way when I try to pick something up. And then when it comes to actually picking up a piece, it's good to look at the piece first and evaluate if there's any areas that might be structurally unstable or weak, and kind of get a good look at the condition to make sure it's a safe piece to be picking up in the first place. And then one really important note is that a lot of pieces will have handles that look like they might be a good way to pick something up, but over time that can cause a lot of stress to the handle and cause cracks or the handle to fall off. So you always want to pick things up from underneath and support them that way, because it causes less stress to the object. So if I were going to pick this up, I'd use both my hands and come underneath the piece and then pick it up like so. And then I would gently set it down when I was ready to set it back down. And one really important other note is, one good thing to think about when you're handling pieces before you pick something up is making sure you have a safe spot to set it back down again. So you always want to make sure before you pick something up that you've planned out picking it up, your path of travel to wherever you're going to set it down, and then wherever you're setting it down is all the way clear and there's nothing you have to reach over or move out of the way before you could set it down. So it's sometimes helpful if you're moving things a distance to kind of do a dry run where you like, okay, I'm pretending I'm picking up the piece, I'm walking, I'm setting it down, I can see nothing's in my way, and I don't have to move a chair. Another really good kind of practice is if you're in a space where more than one person's working, is being like, hey, I'm going to move objects. I might be, going past you holding something, so that other people know that they need to be being conscious and looking out, and have a, incident going around a corner or anything.